Hey guys, welcome back to Tapin Podcast by TTBE. It is Myesha Banks here again with another episode. And what I want to talk about today. So, there's something very interesting that I want to talk about, right? So, there's power in letting go. And I'm going to repeat that one more time. There's power in letting go. And the power in letting go is that you ever felt like you was pouring into someone so much to the point where you were losing your focus, your peace, your sanity? Like there were times where you'll pour so much into the person that you love, that you care about so much, that you seen so much for that person. You pretty much fell in love with the potential of who they could become, right? But there's a saying, don't fall in love with potential, don't fall in love. But when you are a person that heal and you're a person that like to help people and like to see the growth in someone, it's very hard for you to not fall in love with their potential because obviously there's certain traits with them that you see that can be better, that can work with the idea of having a better life, a better lifestyle, or just growth, or simply just being successful, right? But there's something about the power of letting go. And I've been in this situation multiple times, and I also have friends that have been in this situation, and I'm like, girl, you got to let that go. Like that person is really not doing enough for you. That person is not pouring into you as much as you pour into them. And then most of the time, when you pour so much into someone, they don't really appreciate it. They will walk away from you faster than you would walk away from them. And the crazy part is 90% of the time, you don't really need them that much, right? Like it's a certain amount of satisfaction that you get with just helping and making sure they're good. But my favorite saying is, I don't want to lose you, but if I hold on to you, I'm going to lose myself. And I'm going to repeat that one more time. I don't want to lose you, but if I hold on to you, I'm going to lose myself. And let's just break that down real quick, right? The more you hold on to someone that is not applying themselves or that is not applying themselves in a way that is going to uphold the vision and the dreams and the goals that you have for yourself, and you considered having it with them, then I have to let you go. And that's the power, because the power comes from the fact that you had to silence all of your emotions. You had to, suppress all of the feelings you have for this person, or suppress all of the thoughts and visions that you had with this person. You have to know how to suppress that in order to let them go. And that's power. Because how hard is it that you place that person in your dreams, your visions, your goals, and then they don't come with the same energy, or they're not reciprocating the same worth ethics, or they're not even trying to feed into the vision or the idea, but they were so quick to just say, okay, yeah, I want that too. It's time for us to start realizing something, right? It's time for us to start, when we're dating someone or we're planning this vision with this person, we have to kind of like study them and study what they really are capable of doing. And it's not more so of what they just saying. It's like, what are you physically doing? What is your physical movements? What are you applying in your personal life that I can benefit from if things don't go right with me, or if I need someone to lean on, right? Most successful women or men, they don't really look for people to lean on, right? We lean into ourselves. We lean into the success. We lean into the idea of accomplishing the goals that and the desires that we want. But it's very rare that we actually decide to lean into someone or lean on someone for support or safety. And for me, my main goal is safety. When I'm dating someone or I'm in any type of relationship with someone, I want to feel safe. There's no way I can allow myself to open up or emotionally open up if I don't feel safe. And that's something that I identified with myself. I had to learn myself. I had to look into myself and see what is it that I require in a relationship, right? And when I was younger, I thought it was money. I thought it was gifts. I thought it was traveling. I thought it was all these lavish things. But when you separate all of that, when you know that you can gain that on your own, when you know that that will come in time as you succeed, you start to look at the emotional things that you need to, that you require from that person. You start to say to yourself that I don't need all those multiple things from you, but I might need that support. I might need that energy. I might need that safety. I might need that day where I need to take a break and I'm exhausted and I'm drained, that I know I can count on you. And I think that when we hold on to people that cannot give the things that you have identified with yourself that you need, then we start to lose ourselves. We start to lose our focus. We start to lose our peace. We start to lose the direction that we want to go in, because now my mind is consumed with the idea of what you are not doing for me, or what you are not able or capable of bringing to this relationship. And I think when you in relationships, we become one-sided, and I was always one-sided, and sometimes I still be, I am one-sided, right? And I tried to break myself out of that, but the concept of the relationship for me is that if I lose myself and I start feeling like I'm bringing back these old habits, and I'm not moving at the speed that I normally move, I'm not, excited, I don't have this adrenaline of this relationship, then I have to let you go. And the thought of letting somebody go hurts so much. It hurts more than someone breaking up with you or someone hurting you. Letting go is not just a word. It's not just a sentence. It's not just a physical thing. It's like mentally and emotionally, I have to remove you out of my future. I have to remove you out of the thought of what I had of us being. I have to remove you out of everything that you have applied. I have to remove you out of that scenario. And that actually hurts, because now you have to reconstruct your whole life and reconstruct, everything that you have planned with this person. Now you have to reconstruct it and possibly do it alone. And who wants to do anything alone? Who wants to live life alone? Who's okay with, just every day you wake up, everything that you have to do is dependent on you. Sometimes we need a break. Sometimes we need someone to just, nurture us. And sometimes we need someone to just make us feel like everything is going to be okay. But the selection of finding that person, the selection of being with that person, it comes down to the part of communication, right? And I do lack communication skills. And it's not more so of, I'm not able to tell you what I want or what I desire or what direction I want to go in. I master that. But the challenge come when you have to emotionally open up to that person and become vulnerable enough to say that I trust you with my feelings. I trust you with my emotions. I trust you with my dreams. I trust you with my dreams, my goals, and my aspirations. I'm literally pouring all of that into you. I'm motivating you every day. I'm pushing you to accomplish that goal. I'm putting plays and connecting you with my connects and who I know can help you. I'm putting all that into you. And what am I getting back? What am I getting back? Because we always need something back. We always need something that is going to feed us so that I can stay interested in you. So I can, not be in this relationship arguing, or I'm not in this relationship, stressing about the minimal things that can be changed overnight. But I think that comes with who you are. I am a very ambitious person. I am a person that likes to level up. I am a person that likes to be independent. I am a person that, want a lot of things in life. And sometimes I do put my feelings on hold. Sometimes I do put my emotions on hold, because sometimes when those things come into play with your direction and your focus and your path, it kind of sways you away. But if the person is worth it, if the person is worth you slowing down just a little bit, if the person is worth you adjusting your life just a little bit, then it's okay. I agree with that. I'm fine with that. But there's a point where why lessen your life? Why slow down your life? Why put your life on hold for someone that only talks about what they want to do, what they want to do, when they're going to do it, but not physically actually doing it? And I honestly think that's acceptable if you communicate that in a relationship. And like I said, I do lack the fact that, how that person feel. Now, if that person feels like you're not opening up to them, if that person don't feel safe, if that person doesn't, feel like, you're going to be with them, you're going to stay by their side, then obviously there might be some discrepancy where they may feel like Well, why would I focus on making you feel safe if I don't feel safe? And I think that's the part that we have to adjust. That's the part that I feel like a healthy relationship will work out if you cater to the person needs as well, and you cater to the person love language as well. It's not just about your love language. It's not just about what you need in that relationship. Sometimes you so focus on what you need and forget that that person may not need the dreams and goals and desires and cars and houses. They may need something else to get them up. They may need some type of belief to get them up. They may need some type of love, some type of hug, some type of catering, some type of nurturing, good communication to feel confident enough to uphold the relationship and want to pour into that relationship. And I had to learn that, and I actually learned things by reflecting and talking to myself and talking to you guys, because obviously for this whole week I was trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and I'm on this podcast right now actually giving the answers out, even for myself for the first time. And that's the part in relationships. We so focused, successful people are so focused on driving their partner to become them, or projecting their ambition, their speeds, their love, their desires, their dreams, and projecting them on that person, when sometimes that person will do anything to get you that life that you want, but that's truly not what they want. They want you. They want your heart. They want your emotions. They want your vulnerability. They want your trust. They want your loyalty. And sometimes that'll move a person. That will shift a person movements. That will wake a person up in the morning and say, I have to take care of my partner. I have to figure out what I need to do for my partner because she's loving me the correct way. And if I'm not giving her back the love language, if I'm not pouring into her love language, then what am I going to do? I have to only respect that person leaving me. So when you think about losing yourself, sometimes let a person be who they are. Let that person grow in the speed that they need to grow. Let that person show you who they are before you start projecting, your ambition and your goals and, all the things you want on them, because sometimes you're not even focusing on what they actually want in life. You didn't even focus on what they desire. You haven't focused on their childhood trauma. You haven't focused on things that they didn't receive from their family members or the way they were raised. You haven't really dug into that part to say that this is not going to work. Why? Because you haven't given that person a chance to become vulnerable enough to trust you, with that type of information or those type of emotions or feelings. So yes, you don't want to lose yourself by holding on to somebody. You don't want to lose yourself by overly projecting your ambition on someone. You don't want to lose yourself by cutting yourself short of something that can be amazing if you just allow that person to walk in their power. And I think that we need to identify the fact that some people are not ready yet. Some people wake up at different times of their life. Some people wake up and realize this is what I need to do to get to the next level. But if they don't feel like they have a partner with them, then why? So if you truly love somebody and you truly feel like you don't want to lose a person, losing yourself is the power. You should be able to not lose yourself no matter who you with. Because you identify with who you are. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of. But if that person steps into their power a little later than you, is that okay? Now, if that's not okay for you, then you know what you need to do. But think about the small things that the person brings. Think about, the peace that they might have brought you. Think about the things that they might have shielded you with or protected you from or help you overcome the minimal things that you probably downplay, which sometimes it's really a big play in your life. You know what I mean? It might be something that you really needed to focus on that you couldn't do alone. Because we all not perfect, right? So that person might be good in this area, but you might be good in this area. That person might be good, in the love area and affection area, but might be lacking the ability to push themselves and self-motivate themselves. That is not something that you can learn. That is a gift. That is something that you were born with, that aggression to life, that want, to make this the best time frame of your, of living. So when you decide to let someone go, there's power in that. But there's always power. There's always more power when you can see into someone, when you can see their lack, when you can see their strengths, when you can see, what they need, so that you can gain some type of control on how the relationship can work, if it's worth it. So sometimes if you do hold on to somebody, you will lose yourself. But sometimes if you hold on to somebody, you will find yourself. I love you guys.